And this is Nuance with Nikki with my final Mandela Monday. My intuition says I'm going to be in trouble if I keep reading all the books, all the letters from this book. The book is called Letters to Madiba, which I am reading to you from. It is from my generation, the millennial generation, a generation not born free but raised free. Just to try and illustrate to you the vision we had for our nation. I make these videos because I believe the narrative of South Africa belongs in South African mouths and hands. I do not find that the rest of the world, even when well-meaning, does our narrative the justice, and I encourage all South Africans to take their story back, to assert themselves, to put as much South African content out there, because the story is ours. It doesn't help if I do it. But it doesn't help if we just go comment on these other people's videos, teach the algorithms that their videos are important, without us actually liking and subscribing to our own things, buying our own things, that kind of thing. So I suggest that you buy books like this. I suggest that you buy the African Alphabets album. I just randomly found these things in secondhand bookstores. I am not monetized on this channel. I highly doubt I will be. Apparently there are ads playing on it. But I swear like a sailor, smoke like a chimney. You may not play this channel for your children. It's your frame of reference to go and implement in your own way. But my channel is not typically appropriate for them. This is just me saying it's our story. Let's own it. Okay, so the poem we're reading today is by Dina Dinat, who was in grade 6 back in 2001. We've got an artwork at the top by Ziad Rabban, who was in grade 5. Artwork at the bottom by Somkelo Naki. Doesn't say what grade. And an artwork by Nomvula Machila in grade 7. Okay, I would love to know where these people are today. Have they achieved their dreams and aspirations? What challenges have they got? And let's just root ourselves in the dream we had for our nation as kids. I love this poem. A child of Africa. People say, Africa, a continent plagued by poverty, war, and disease. But don't be deceived about what lies south of the Mediterranean Sea, because in this vastly beautiful land lies more than animals, plants, and sand. In Africa, I see a land that sets me free. In this land, I always find a history strong, powerful, and yet kind, which foretells in Africa of strength and power, that sparkles with happiness and peaceful showers. Because Africa is so tame and yet so wild, I will always be a proud African child. Dina Dinat. I feel that no book tells you more about the contrast, the land of contrast, than in South Africa in this book. Here you will hear about children, speaking about crime, AIDS, going so far to speak about rape, speaking about apartheid. All of this before any of us were even 15. I think the oldest person here is 12, right? And yet we speak of this hope to build something better for ourselves. And right now I see a nation who in 2024 decided they were gutful of being a naive new democracy and is starting to assert themselves. And my hopes, I'm recording this in 2024, but I will schedule it to play in 25. My hopes are that we can go into a new phase of adulthood, or I wonder if we're an adolescent nation. I don't know how old we are in nation terms. But yeah, my hope is that this is a reminder to us that we've always known best. Before we could tie our shoelaces, we knew what and who we wanted to be. Nobody needed to tell us. We've always had a clear vision. So I'm going to play you today my favorite song. Oh, this page keeps opening. It keeps opening. Fine, it's all the short letters. I'll just read them. I don't know why it keeps opening. Dear Mr. Mandela, you proved that no matter how bad your past may have been, your future can still be bright. You gave people an inspiration and a motivation to strive and to achieve the best in their lives. From Leanne Balana, who was in grade 7 in 2001. Dear Mr. Mandela, I want to say, don't do crime. Crime is bad. And stop the war and have peace in South Africa. And wherever I go, my heart will say, I am a South African child. But Tebo Ndlovu, grade 5. Dear Mr. Nelson Mandela, we have a vast number of cultures and languages in South Africa. And some are very complicated and interesting to learn. South Africans are a very friendly people, but some choose crime as their option to get out of whatever life they had. If I can go to another country, I will be proud to say, I am South African, and I'm proud of my father for raising me, and I'm proud to have a loving family to support me. Pumelelo Sindisiwe Sibisi. Yo, what a poetic name. Pumelelo Sindisiwe Sibisi. Dear Mr. Mandela, you are an inspiration to many citizens. You made many races become one nation. You made many of our dreams come true. And as a quote-unquote black citizen, I can now venture into the quote-unquote white places. So many thanks to you, I can now proudly say I am a South African. Bongile Mjeza, grade 7. Dear Mr. Mandela, we have a wonderful community in South Africa. We have fantastic weather. Sometimes the weather is unpredictable. Now there's only 2 problems with South Africa, the crime and the pollution. But you will get that in other countries as well. Love, Puleng Stewart. Dear Mr. Madiba, when you came out of jail, you shook the hands of the people who put you there. And that's why you are my hero. Yours sincerely, Tariq Jaffer, age 12. Dear Mr. Madiba, South Africa has beautiful flowers and animals and nice people who make it even better. It has the most interesting background. It is a forgiving country with tolerance and reconciliation. There is no apartheid anymore, and everyone is fair and square. Our country has become wonderful because of an old, nice, friendly, helping man called Madiba. Xoliswa Skosana, age 9. Dear Mr. Madiba, some people say South Africa is poor, but it has a rich heart. South Africa is a proud country, and that's why I love being South African. Lungele Nomvete. So much to reflect on in these letters from my generation when we were kids. The fact that we always knew what we wanted. The fact that we knew what our problems were. The fact that today some of these problems are worse, but that we're more determined than ever to fix them. I read these to remind you of what you wanted. Sometimes we just need a reminder. Do you get what I mean? We're not a perfect nation. Like Mandela said, I'm not a saint, but I'm a sinner who's trying. I don't think our heroes are perfect, guys. Even people that I follow, I don't think they're perfect. The people that I don't like, where I understand their perspective. But the story is ours to tell. The arguments are ours to have. Anyway, since this is the last episode of Mandela Mondays, I'm going to play you my favorite song from the African Alphabets album. It's just so deliciously beautiful. The letters for today are L and K. Okay.
Bush felt in Africa, in Africa. Can you feel it? The heat of the desert in Africa, in Africa. Dust in the Kalahari. K is for the kudu, who kicks up dust in the Kalahari. K is for the kudu, kudu, kudu. K is for the kudu. L is for the lion, who lies in the long, long grass. L is for the lion, who lies in the long, long grass. Listen to his roar. Thundering through the fields, and it's for the lion,
phone's ringing. That's my cue to go. I love you guys. I hope you've enjoyed Mandela Mondays. I certainly hope I don't get copyrighted. This has been Nuance with Nikki. Nitty gritty about a place so pretty. Ciao for now.